Social media. This slide is about 2 months old, which means it's probably inaccurate. Because this is what happens in 60 seconds on social media a couple months ago. All of you are younger than me. You know this better than I do. But my point is this is an area, this is a medium, this is a realm that we must engage in. And it's very, very difficult. And I understand that because there's a cost benefit. There's a trade. We only have so many resources, so much time as public affairs professionals. But we've got to start moving the pendulum towards more engagement in social media with our United States Army, and I would argue in the United States military. Next slide. So how do we do this as an Army? All right. I am biased, but the United States Army has a bigger audience across its social media spheres than any of the services and most government agencies. You can see across the 8 different social media mediums where we are. Again, almost trending towards upwards of 5 million followers. When you look as United States Army, when you look across all industry standards, national and international rankings for social media, the Army is the #1 service, and we are near the top from a government perspective, and we're in the top 100, depending on which survey you look at, which when you're talking about hundreds of thousands or even millions, that's pretty darn good. But, and we also have 180 organizational pages, number of visits. You can see the social media accounts that we register. We are actively executing through those CPA sends. I send out different social media tippers to our senior leaders of the Army. How do you start a Facebook or a Twitter page? What do you do if you have an imposter account? We have hundreds of imposters for our senior leaders every single month that we engage with because we have a good relationship with all of these organizations. Best practices. How do you use hashtags? How do you use @? What's the best way to tweet? Do you tweet with a photo and a quote? And how many hashtags and @? I will tell you, there's an art to that. I've personally learned this. It's amazing. It's actually kind of fun. And then, think, type, post, operational security, the balance between that. How do you secure personal and what's personal versus professional, and how do you separate those two? We all have a brand new social media handbook. Last one was published, I think, in 2011 or 12. Social media handbook that I'll actually review over the holidays that we'll publish out at the first of the year to the force. One that doesn't just regurgitate Department of Defense and Army regulations, but actually has TTPs and how-tos. It's something we'll have to update probably every quarter to make it agile enough to be able to keep up with social media trends.